Hi you guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Chelsea and I'm back with another word from the Lord to release today. There's a lot of noise that is going on in the background. I can't do nothing about that. It didn't happen until I was about to start recording, which that is not going to stop me from recording, and the devil should have already knew that. This word is still going to go out, as well as some other words that I am recording today. I hope y'all can hear me. I'm not really being really loud and over the top. I'm really taking my time with this word and the other words that I'm recording today. Yeah, I'm really going real slow. That's the mood I'm in. I done lit a candle. I done made me some coffee, and I am not even a day coffee drinker, but I woke up from my nap today and realized that my coffee was sitting on a coffee machine and it was just there, and it's been there for hours. And so I felt like I needed to make up for the fact that my coffee was wasted today, so I just made a whole new one. Anyway, I got coffee and a candle lit, and I'm about to go real slow because I'm not 100% in the mood, but I still gotta record these words and get them out. So if you're new to my channel, welcome to my channel. Let me catch y'all up and then I'm gonna get into the word. Okay, so my last video, I said in my last video that the video was recorded in Dallas, Texas. Now, I don't know how people was confused in the comments. It was only a few people, but I really don't understand how they got confused, but apparently some people were confused. I'm gonna say it again, but I don't really know no other way to say it. The video was recorded in Dallas, Texas, okay? I am now in my promised land, okay? But the video was recorded in Dallas, Texas. I don't know how else to say that, okay? So if you didn't get it, I don't know what else to say. Okay, so y'all, yes, I'm currently in my promised land. I am waiting for God to do what only He can do, okay? I moved out here in obedience, so I did what God told me to do. He told me it was time to move to the promised land. I left, and I'm here now. I'm waiting for God to do His next move, okay? And the way God has been talking to me, it seems like I'm about to walk into another promise. And so I'm not getting overly excited, but I'm just allowing God to do what it is that He wants to do. So I'm not in a permanent place of residency yet. I'm still waiting on God. I'm trusting in Him. I just moved in obedience. And yes, I'm in my promised land. I've been here since Monday. Today is Saturday, okay? And yesterday, which was Friday, I kept asking the Lord. Well, actually, I have been asking Him for a while since I got here if I can like go get my nails done and stuff and see the place where I'm at. And I feel like He had already answered me twice, but I feel like I needed another confirmation. I needed clarity again. I'm at the point to where I'm not trying to make no moves or steps without God. And so yesterday He definitely made it clear that I could go get my nails and feet done. So I did that, but I still have not went out to go see the city. I have not done that. But yeah, guys, I've been here for a little bit. I'm fine. I'm doing well. God is good. God is providing. And that's another thing that I forgot to mention in my last video, that I wanted to thank all of you who has sown a seed into this ministry, who has given generously because you were led by God to give. You guys have sown into this ministry, and it has blessed me so much, and it has helped me so much. And I don't think y'all know just to the extent of how much y'all have helped me. Like, y'all really have blessed me. And I'm so thankful to God that He put it on y'all's hearts to sow into my ministry, because y'all have truly been a blessing to me. And I just wanted y'all to know that, because sometimes people sow and they don't really know if they're really helping that person. Y'all have helped me tremendously, okay? And so thank you all for the past seeds and anybody that sows into this ministry. I pray over all y'all seeds, okay? So I think that's it. Let's get into this word. This is a marriage word, and the title of this word is called You Are Getting Married, okay? So this is coming from a dream that the Lord gave me. And so let's get into this word, all right? So In this dream, my spouse was coming to propose to me, okay? He was getting ready to come back to propose to me. And when he approached me, I'm not sure if I was in my house or his. I remember he was speaking to me about an engagement. I also remember my mom speaking to me about an engagement, but when she mentioned it, I knew nothing about it. And I was kind of crying, like, why would you tell me that? She started spilling secrets about what's going on and why my kingdom spouse was back. She was talking about the planning and coming together of this engagement as if it's too much, as if my kingdom spouse had asked her for too much to pitch in a couple of dollars and from each family member of mine. She also was spilling the tea on my childhood friends being there. It was like my family members were in the house staying for the night because the engagement was going to be the next day. When I heard her being aggravated, I said very loudly, "Y'all don't have to come." And I may also have said, "Y'all can leave." They got up and started to leave in this dream. Before my mom spilled the beans and I told them to leave, I remember sitting on the couch and my husband was in the other room. It was dark. My family members were still in the house. I got up to go talk to him about us and what was going on with this darkness, because it's like he came to tell me he planned on proposing to me the next day, but we hadn't got a chance to talk yet. That's all he said. We were still separated, me in the living room on the couch and him in the other room. When I got to his room, the lights wouldn't turn on, so the light bill seemed to have not been paid. That's what sparked my mother to start spilling the beans, because it was like to her, why is he planning an engagement and his lights are turned off? I also remember in this dream my kingdom spouse at his car getting some of his clothes out the trunk to bring inside the house. It was nighttime and he had on his do-rag. He was moving the clothes inside what seemed to be his house. I saw this from behind him. It seemed as though I was moved in too, but I couldn't see me moving in the dream. It was like a knowing already that I was in the house or that we were together because I was behind him, okay? And so that was the end of the dream. I wasn't even planning on reading it from the notes. I was going to try to read it by memory, but obviously God didn't want me to. So this dream is not for everybody. There's a general message for those of you that are in your marriage season, but the dream itself applies to certain people, okay? So please don't just take the word and run with it because you're in your marriage season. It's very specific, okay? All right, y'all. So in the beginning of this dream, I didn't know if I was in my house or my kingdom spouse's house. This represents the fact that this is about to happen fast. Because of how quickly it's going to happen, I didn't know if I was in his house or my house. So it just kind of symbolizes how fast it's going to happen. So just be, ready for this to come to pass. You don't need to, at this point, if this word is for you, you don't need to be getting ready. You need to be ready, okay? You need to be ready. And in the beginning of this dream, he was coming to tell me about the engagement. He was coming to tell me that he wanted to marry me, propose to me, okay? And so this is letting you know that for who this word applies to, that your kingdom spouse, your God-ordained spouse is on his way to tell you that he wants to marry you. And this is why you need to be ready. You can't be getting ready, okay? And so then after that, it was like my mom was the one who had told me. But when she mentioned it, I didn't know nothing about it. And so I started crying because I was like, why would you tell me that? Like, why would you tell me that he was coming or he is coming to propose to me? And then she started spilling the secrets about why he was coming back, the planning that he was doing for the engagement, for the proposal. She started telling all the business concerning this. And at this point, I knew that she was in my kingdom spouse's house because my family was there at his house because the engagement was about to happen the next day. So everybody had came to be ready. They were spending the night because he was going to propose to me the next day. So my mom, she's spilling all the beans. She's telling me why he came back, why he's proposing, this planning that's going on for the engagement. She's even telling me about how certain childhood friends was going to be there and all of this, just really messing up the plans, okay? And so she also was talking about how my kingdom spouse was asking for her and my family members to pitch in a couple of dollars, okay? And so she was upset about how this planning, I guess, was going. She was aggravated by him asking them to pitch in a few dollars, a couple of dollars for this proposal, for this engagement, and she got aggravated. And that's when I got mad and was like, well, y'all can leave and y'all don't have to come, right? And so this is a very specific part of the dream, okay? It's not for everybody, but God is saying to the women, this will be confirmation to you because God has already been speaking to you about the fact that your family is not to be involved in this wedding, that your family is not to be involved in the planning and the coming together of you two. For the men, this is going to be something that God is speaking to you concerning your God ordained wife. If this is for you and you are the man, you already know that God is telling you to marry this woman, but God is also letting you know not to get her family involved. In this dream, when my mother was mad about the fact that he was asking my side of the family to pitch in a few dollars for this, coming together for this proposal engagement, it wasn't literally him asking to pitch in money for this proposal. This represents him wanting them to be involved in some way, whether that could have been decorating, that could have been setting up stuff, for this proposal. There's some men that want to, involve the woman's family because that's only right. You would think naturally, reach out to the family, invite the family to this proposal. It's kind of traditional to do that. But God is warning the man, for who this is for, it's not for everybody, that you cannot reach out to her family and that you cannot get her family involved in this planning, okay? You don't know her family, and so you need to stay away from getting them involved in this, okay? They will mess up what God is trying to do between you two getting married. It needs to stay between you two, okay? Also, guys, when my mother had spilled the beans about my childhood friends being there, this was God showing me that this is something that she would have done. She would have invited them to this proposal, and that's not something that I would have wanted. And so that would have ruined my entire day because that would not have been in my will or God's will for these specific people to be there. And my husband would not have known anything about, my childhood friends or anything like that. And so sometimes the family members could be trying to do things or put things together that they may think is best or that they may feel like you would be excited about, and actually you would be very upset about it, and it would completely ruin the plans and the thing that the Lord was trying to do with bringing you two together for this proposal. And so this is another reason why they cannot be involved. For the women, if you know God has told you that you're going to have a wedding, your family is going to be there, then this part of the word is not for you. But this is for the women and the men that God is speaking to both of you about you two being married, and it's just going to be you two, okay? It has to be private and done in private. The woman's family can't be involved because, again, you don't know her family. You don't know what they're battling. The family members are battling spirits that may be attached to them, open gateways and doors. Literally, they cannot be involved. So do not reach out to her family because this will mess up everything as far as this marriage union coming together between the two of you, okay? Now, because my mother was saying all of this stuff and spilling out of the tea, spilling all of the plans that my husband to be was trying to do for this proposal, I told them to leave and that they didn't have to come because she was acting aggravated because he wanted them to be included in this proposal and this coming together. And so again, just to clarify it all up to the men, do not reach out to her family. They are not to be involved in this coming together of this marriage, of this proposal. This needs to stay between you and her, okay? And that is what the Lord is saying, okay? Now, before my mother had spilled the beans, I remember sitting on the couch and my kingdom spouse was coming towards me from the room, and he was trying to tell me that he was getting ready to propose to me the next day. But that's all that was said. We didn't never get to have a conversation. He was in the room. He went back to the room, and it was just a room of darkness. It was like something had stopped him from being able to come to me and tell me that, he wants to marry me and he's planning on proposing to me. And so then uh, I got up off the couch to go to the room to see, what was up with this darkness. And because we hadn't talked yet, we hadn't had a conversation yet. So this represents the fact that there has been, or there was, because if you're watching this word now, the fear has been dismantled. So there was fear over these men that had consumed them and had come over them. Darkness had came over them to make them scared and to make them fearful of reaching out and communicating and talking with you, and to let you know, that they love you, that they want to marry you, that they plan on proposing to you. Okay. There was fear that the enemy had put in their way. Okay. So if this word is for you, God has already given you instructions to remove that fear off of them. You've already prayed and warred for them in the spirit, and that fear has already came off of them. So that's confirmation for somebody if you know that that part of the word is for you. The fear is gone off of these men. So expect communication soon, because they don't have that fear anymore. It's been gone. And so I had this dream on October 22nd, okay? But on October 25th, this is how I knew that the fear was gone, because the Lord spoke to me and he said, I need a syndical prayer, okay? SYNDICAL. And I had this pulled up. Let me pull it back up. Okay, there it is. So syndical, the word syndical means of or pertaining to a union of persons engaged in a particular trade, okay? So again, there was fear that the enemy had over them for communicating with you, coming to you to tell you that they are wanting to marry you, that they know you're their wife, all of that, to propose to you. And the enemy was trying to stop these unions from coming together, okay, from this engagement happening, okay? And so you as the woman have prayed this stuff away as instructed by the Lord. You have prayed this fear away from them, and it's officially gone. So expect communication very soon if this is your time now, okay? I know that a lot of people are in their marriage season, but that doesn't mean that everybody is about to walk into a marriage like this month, November, December, January could be too. Like, this is a now word, okay? And it can apply for people later on, but I'm talking about 2023 and possibly the beginning of 2024. So God is saying that, let me go back to it. I need a syndical prayer. He was telling me the prayer that I had prayed, the syndical prayer about our union and engagement coming together, and the fear, dismantling the fear off of him, has been done. Like, they don't have the fear anymore, okay? So yeah, I think I went ahead and skipped, but in the dream, when I went to go talk to him, the lights wouldn't turn on, okay? So it was dark, and it seemed like he hadn't paid his light bill, and that's what had prompted my mom to spill all the beans, okay? So this darkness had two meanings. One, it was the fear that was over y'all's kingdom spouses, which is now gone if you've already been instructed to pray that away off of them. And two, my mom was like, why is he planning an engagement when the lights are off? So this represents the fact that to the women, your side of the family is in the dark about what's going on. And this is why they cannot be involved, because God is not allowing them to see what's going on. So to the husbands again, they're not to be involved. They don't understand what's going on between the two of you. Some of the women have not even told their family members about you, because God has told them to be quiet, okay? Because this marriage union has to come together first before this woman can show you off or tell her family about you. And so it's really important that you stick to the plan that God is putting together, meaning this wedding, this marriage coming together is just between the two of you, okay? Be careful, okay? Make sure that you are consulting God with this. This part of the word is not for everybody. Again, if you're a woman and God told you your family's going to be involved, then this part of the word is not for you, okay? But there are some of you who are literally, when your husband, your kingdom spouse, reaches out to you, y'all are going off to get married instantly. Like, it's not going to be this long engagement period, this courting, this dating. Y'all will be doing all of that inside of y'all's marriage, okay? For some of you, the time is now. Y'all are literally about to come together. You and your kingdom spouse are about to get married, okay? And so this is how God wants us to be between the two of you, all right? So in the next part of the dream, I saw my husband walking to his car to get some clothes out of the car. They were like in brown boxes, and he just had his do-rag on. It was nighttime. It was like a regular day. And I thought this part of the dream was so cute and special because it kind of just symbolized us already being together, us already being married. And so it was like when he was getting his boxes out the car in the dream, it was like I was already inside the house. Like I was already there, and I didn't see myself moving in, but I knew I was inside of the house. But on the flip side, I was standing behind him while he was getting his stuff out of the car. It was like I went with him. And so this has two meanings. One, the house represents his heart, okay? And so God is just saying that you are in your kingdom spouse's heart, and you've always been there, and you're not going anywhere. You're here to stay, okay? And me being behind him, this represents physically you two moving into your own house, okay? Both of you guys moving in together and starting, you know, a life together and actually living together and building together, okay? And so God just wants you to know that you are about to get married. This is a right now word for some of you. And God just wants the woman and the man to pay attention to his instructions, to keep this between the two of you. Everybody else shouldn't be involved, especially not this woman's family, okay? So that is it for this word. So for who it applies to, not all the parts apply to everybody, but some of you be ready and expecting communication from your God-ordained spouse, because he's literally about to reach out to you. And when he reaches out to you, he will be letting you know that he wants to marry you. He is about to propose to you, okay? He will be very clear about his intentions and about what's going on, okay? There won't be nothing left out, okay? And so just be ready to receive that communication and to move forward with you two going into marriage, okay? I will see y'all in the next video, and y'all have a blessed day. Bye.